Hey, what's up guys? Wayne the Paperback Pleb here, back with another video, this time being a book review with jingling dogs in the background because they love making noise when I do videos. I am a dog dad, so bear with me. Now, this time being a Stephen King novel, my first ever Stephen King novel that I've ever read, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Now, that's kind of a weird first novel to read from Stephen King. He has a lot more famous works that I'm obviously familiar with. I've just never delved into the horror genre because frankly, I've always been a wimp with horror in general my entire life, but I've been enjoying horror films more later and later in life that I get, and so I figured I'd dip my toes in the genre with a Stephen King novel. Now this one I thrifted from my local thrift store, so that is why I chose this one, and plus I wanted to know who Tom Gordon is. Now, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to delve super deep into it, but I'm going to give you my thoughts and probably a unique perspective of a first-time reader of Stephen King nowadays. So sit back, relax, feel free to leave a like, pop a sub, and comment. It really helps out very, very small channels like mine, and I would really appreciate it. Now let's get right into it. Now, our main character is 9 years old. Her name is Trisha, and she has a pretty dysfunctional family dynamic. Her parents are split up. Her brother does not treat her mom with respect, and he's just in that smart-ass teenager phase, so to speak. And so she kind of feels caught in the middle and kind of forgotten, kind of the middle child syndrome, even though she's the youngest. Her mom's always focused on her brother because her brother's causing her a lot of issues. And her dad, she doesn't have a lot in common with him, but whenever she does visit him, the one thing they do have in common is enjoying professional baseball. And Tom Gordon is a professional baseball player who's notorious amongst her and her father for being a clutch player in specific situations. And so he's not considered the best player on the team, but he's one of the best players in specific situations, at least from what I understood. And so that's kind of what she clings to when it comes to her relationship with her father. And she also really looks up to Tom Gordon a lot and wishes that she could meet him and all of that. He's just basically her childhood hero. Now, this is obviously a late 90s era novel. It's a really cool glimpse into this era, at least for me. I was born mid-90s, early 90s, early to mid-90s, and so this is a really cool glimpse into an era that I was too young to really understand for the most part. There's references to Game Boys, Walkmans, and radios, and just a really cool glimpse into that era for people who may not be of that era. So I really enjoyed that part of the novel right off the bat. Now, Trisha and her mom and her brother are going on kind of a hike or a walk through a state park, so to speak, or something similar of the like. It's been a while since I've read this. It's been like over a month and a half. But so they're going on a walk. Her brother's obviously being a pain, and they're kind of arguing back and forth. And Trisha needs to go to the bathroom, and she's like, man, I'm not even going to butt in to let them know. I'm just going to go pee real quick and then hop right back on the trail, and no one will be the wiser because, hey, this is just what happens with my life. I get ignored. So she hops off the trail, takes a pee, was about to take a pee, then she realizes, oh man, I'm still visible from the trail. I don't want anyone to see me peeing in the woods. So she goes out a little bit deeper. She pees, and then she realizes, wait, which direction was the trail? And she's like, well, what do I do? And it goes through this series of choices that she makes in order to get back on the trail and get back to her family or her mom and brother and get discovered. And she gets lost in a forest. And so you get this insight into this 9-year-old Trisha and how she thinks and her decision making and her emotions, her fears, and what's going through her head at one time. And she starts to rely on Tom Gordon to some degree, and she has some things that helps her along that journey, and it's basically this little girl's survival throughout the whole novel. Now, I think it does show Stephen King's talent for being able to write with one character, one tangible character, literally 99% of this novel, and it's just that one character in this one environment. And the way he describes how she's thinking and what she's doing and what she's having to go through is very descriptive. I think it shows a lot of talent. Now, on the other hand, it was a little bit slow for me. I don't know why I didn't enjoy this novel as much as I wanted to. It just felt like nothing was happening, like literally nothing was happening through a majority of the book. The ending was a banger, I will give you that. I did enjoy the ending. It was a good ending, pretty intense ending, worth the wait, dare I say, but getting there was pretty tough. And I understand that the majority of this book is to delve into Trisha's mind and see how she's thinking, make you feel and care for this girl and hope that she makes it, and just the want of survival, so to speak. So I get that aspect. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't find it scary whatsoever. I found it tense. I don't know if Stephen King meant for this to be a horror novel. I just think of him as a horror author, so maybe that's just my fault. But I wasn't very scared. I was worried for her at moments, and I was rooting for her, which is a good thing. So I obviously got attached to her at some point. And another gripe of mine is that she's just, I don't know, maybe I've met a lot of 9-year-olds who are way immature for their age, I don't know, but she seems way mature for her age, and that might be from her upbringing and what she's had to experience early on in life, I don't know, but I was like, man, I don't find this very believable of a 9-year-old, but who knows what a 9-year-old will do under survival instincts or in survival situations, so who knows. But that was my only gripe, is that it's pretty slow, but it's a short read, so it doesn't really matter. I do think it showcased Stephen King's talents. I see why people really like him. Me personally, I'd give this book 3 out of 5 stars. I know that seems harsh, but that's above average, but just not to my personal taste. But I am looking forward to delving into future Stephen King novels, so that's really exciting for me, and I see why people like Stephen King as a whole. So don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. How do you feel about this book in general? I want to know your guys' thoughts. Am I just spewing hot takes everywhere? Maybe I am. And if you really dislike that, then dislike the video. But I'm just being honest. I'm a semi-casual reader, and that's why I made this channel. I think I provide a different perspective maybe than your normal booktuber or book talker. So hopefully, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, last time, leave a like, pop a sub, and comment. It really helps me out. And if you enjoyed this in any way, then I did my job. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys are staying safe, and take it easy.